Hey guys, I'm Team Yoshi. Welcome to yet another storyline video. You might be wondering, why am I not doing my own story and doing Geeky's twice in a row? Well, that's simply because, of course, Geeky made two amazing stories. Once again, another Rosalina story, which is interesting for me to read. That's why we're going to be doing this, of course. And this is, of course, the stream where Rosalina was with Luigi together in Geeky's voice acts. I'm not going to put the link in the description from the stream, because, of course, I do not want copyright claims. So that's why. But yeah, I chose this story because, of course, it is about all the girls. And whenever something is with all the girls or something that I really like reading, that is actually the one that I'm choosing. So Rosalina, so let me tell you, Geeky, your Rosalina does a great job. Daisy is a bit of mediocre. Peach, however, her story does not really interest me. Maybe if Peach made a story with Daisy together, which was maybe Mario Party, sports, or something that Peach made with Daisy, I am definitely reading Peach's story. But for now, you gotta deal with not being But yeah, that's just a hint for you guys. But anyway, here is of course the one that's gonna be reading the story. Hey guys, I'm Rosalina. And, well, I'm of course going to be doing the character sound effects here because there are characters in this one. So that's why we're going to be doing this. Well, Rosalina, you can go ahead and do your thing. Alright. And, of course, as you probably may know, we cannot start a story without the 20th Century Fox intro. THX suggests that, of course, to Geeky voice acts a lot of the time. And, well, we of course are Geeky supporters, so that's why we're going to be doing it as well. So let's bring up the music. All right. Well, Rosalina, it's also funny that you literally just read the story as well. And excuse me, because I am trying to close something. Wait, isn't it working? No, it isn't. Give me a sec. Finally. Yeah, sorry guys, I had another page open. Alright, it's time to read The Mystery of the Shangri Spy by Guardian Rosalina. Introduction, which unfortunately couldn't be right out perfectly. Today's tale is about a trip I once took with my two best friends, Peach and Daisy. We thought it was a perfect idea for a sleepover weekend to travel to the luxurious spa resort, the Shangri Spy. From, of course, Paper Mario, the Origami King. That's what the game is about. And here is, of course, the entrance, which is number 1. The front desk, number 2. Springs of Puration. Yeah, I'm just not going to read all that. You guys already know. And the rainbow 2. Yeah, that's just a cloud, guys. That's just a cloud. And here's, of course, the table of contents. Welcome lunch. Yeah, I'll just read them all pretty soon. Welcome lunch. We were welcomed into the main entrance by some kind toads dressed in togas and had wings. They guided us to the bouquet hall where Daisy, Peach, and I feasted on some scrumbious gourmet foods. We had some fresh soup, pasta, and trays of handmade sandwiches. We felt increasingly energized with each bite we took. The spring of purification. Once we had finished our lunch, I showed my two friends the map of Shangri Spy. We were amazed at the amount of different springs that the result had to offer. There was one that stood out of us. That was the spring of purification. Daisy showed us a cure, and she had picked up at the front desk and told us the water is said to have healing qualities. You might even leave this spring feeling brand new. Peach smiled, clapping her hands with excitement. This is going to be a real treat! Something is off. The spring was in a perfectly lit spot. It was too dark or too bright. It was just right. The girls and I were so eager to take a dip in the spring to see if we would feel its relaxing qualities. However, when we headed into the water, it was ice cold, and it began to form little whirlpools. Yeah, that's the photo, of course. It was like the water was angry at us. Not only that, but we felt like our energy was being drained from us. Asking around the resort, we didn't find the spring of purification relaxing at all. What if this place is a massive scam? Peach and Daisy asked me. I didn't want to jump in the conclusion just yet, because the staff had treated us with great hospitality during our stay so far. The three of us decided to venture around the main lobby and ask the other resort visitors if they had been in the spring of purification. A young toad told us that his whole family had become very unwell and have passed out from being in the spring. They had to be rushed off-site for medical assistance. I think we should let the staff know that the spring is making people fall ill, I suggested to my friends. Peach and Daisy both looked so dizzy and tired. I was growing very worried about them. Oh dear. I'm not really worried about Peach, but I am about Daisy. She's my bestie. In this story, well, we all were friends. That's just Geeky's opinion. Evening relaxation. I noticed the other two girls were too fatigued to continue exploring the resort. They were practically tripping over for the rest of the evening. After we had been in the spring, I gently linked arms with Daisy and Peach and guided them towards our booked room for the evening. I watched as my friends dozed off to sleep. I was hoping that they wouldn't get too unwell. Their skin looked a bit green, which made me decide to order some green mushroom soup to nurse them back to health. It was a very quiet time in our hotel room. Daisy had a pain in her stomach and she was almost in tears. I gave her a big hug and she sipped the green mushroom soup. I also made sure Peach was nicely tucked into her bed and that her green mushroom soup was warm enough. There was a small TV screen mounted on the wall, so I switched it on. It was a news channel, MKN, Mushroom Kingdom News. I'm not big into news channels, but I suppose it was fine, just to have something playing in the background. The arrest. Suddenly, the news announcer caught our attention to a breaking news story. Breaking news! Mr. Mario of Toad Town is under arrest for suspicions to create harm to his safety and well-being of others. Peach and Daisy were sitting cosily in their beds, sipping their soups and recovering from the spring. But they immediately looked up when they saw Mario on the screen. He was struggling to get out of the grasp of two police officers. Please, I'm innocent. I would never do such a thing. Let me go, please, Mario protested. An officer is heard saying, you have the right to remain silent. And Luigi rushes out of the front door in his stripped pajamas before the clip cuts out. Searching for clues. It didn't make sense that Mario was being arrested for something that he didn't remember doing. Peach told Daisy and I that it gave her deja vu. This had happened before during a summer vacation they'd gone on. Daisy and I looked at each other's eyes and froze in our tracks. Okay, whoa, I said. I wonder who the real criminal was in the end. It was
was Bowser's son, Junior. He had a magic paintbrush. That thing can do crazy things, Peach explained. Gosh, but there's no sign of Junior here in this resort at all, Daisy replied. I'm not trying to say that Mario's probably guilty, but how can we prove this no good is back at his schemes again? Here! The no-entry baseball chamber, the girls and I agreed that Bowser Jr., if he was on site at the Shangri Palm, would do his best not to be caught in plain sight. We ventured through the different spring sites, hoping maybe we would bump into him. We had no luck. The springs looked very enticing, but we felt nervous to try them because of last time. There was no sign of a possible hideout for a tiny little Koopa. That is, during a night out in the lobby, we strolled down the stairs and uncovered the basement. The sign read, "No entry." Perhaps this little troublemaker wasn't there. Was it worth breaking the rules of the sign? We decided to flip a coin, and ultimately, we didn't. Proving the scoundrel's presence on site. The staff at Shangri Spy were hesitant to believe that Mario's arrest had any links with the problems at the spring. It turns out that the visitors were also falling ill after being in the other springs. It was getting bad for business. We were asked if we wanted to leave and get refunded for the trouble. We said that we wanted to help investigate and find out who was behind this mess for real. Clown car sighting. The lush green jungle surrounding the spring of jungle mist was very dense. There were too many little creatures roaming around, and it was very frightening. We were ambushed by a swarm of giant yellow spiders. Luckily, Peach had some fire flowers and was able to get rid of them. This is getting too creepy, Daisy commented, but then I saw something that grabbed my attention. Wait, that's a clown car! Bowser Jr.'s clown car, no less! Peach said with surprise. I knew my Mario would never! She exclaimed. We laughed heartily at this. The confrontation. As much as we hated the creepy creatures living in the jungle, we knew we had to catch Junior in his tracks. I suggested to the girls we should hide in nearby bushes. Are you nuts, Rosie? Peach whined. I don't want creepy crawlies all over me. I looked over at Daisy, who shook her head. Yeah, no, I'm good. Then I remembered that I had my wand and grants us temporary invisibility. After a while, we heard small footsteps stretching towards us, and a little childish laugh. I halted the invisibility effect, and Bowser Jr. screamed at the sight of us. Busted! Daisy said, crossing her arms. The absolute cheek of you hurting these poor spa visitors and framing Mario for it. Bowser Jr. laughed. Well, someone got a crush. He is who was arrested, not you, Princess. We had to hold Peach back from slapping his face. Exposing the thief. We reported about Jr. to the staff of Shangri Spy, where he was forced to confess everything. Okay, I used my magic paintbrush to look like Mario. I placed a curse on all the springs on purpose. I wanted to harmless these powers in my magic brush for myself. Okay, that's selfish and weird, Daisy remarked it. But why? As much as I like my own clown car, I think I'm having a bit of extra power for myself. Wouldn't hurt. Think of it as me leveling up. The healing properties from the springs can help make me less easy to defeat. Peach sighed in annoyance at this whole explanation. Well, think of this as a time for you to go to jail. Just then, two Toad security guards grabbed Bowser Jr. on either side of him, and he screamed as he was escorted out. I just want to be stronger than that bad man Mario. Released from jail, Luigi had been left feeling alone and desperate after his brother's arrest. He didn't even want to watch the TV or play the radio in his cart. All eyes were on Mario and the bad things he had allegedly done. Well, unfortunately, I can't read all the story because this is already the end. Well, if you guys want to read this story on your own by pausing it, let me know.
Yeah, but if you do, leave a like down below and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.